Welcome to a special episode of Cher's podcast. Today I'm in a different country. As you can see, the setting is not the same. But elections is 31 days from today. And there's two major topics that I want to speak about today. And the two topics are promise made and promise delivered. So the government has promised that all bridges will be toll-free from August 1st, which is tomorrow. Now, how does this impact your lives? Well, I can tell you from the persons in Barbados that are paying $4,000 crossing, this impacts their lives tremendously because now they can traverse that bridge without paying that $4,000 toll. As you can remember, or if you remember, that bridge was a public-private partnership between the government of Guyana and some investment companies and investors in Guyana that came together and built that much-needed Berbice Bridge. So now, as of tomorrow, that bridge is toll-free. That impacts the life directly of persons in Berbice. Now, how does that impact the lives, right? Let's think about that. You'll get an additional $4,000 to spend on groceries, to spend on your child, to spend on your car, maintenance, to spend on so many different things. You can traverse that bridge 40 times per day. Now it's free. You don't have to pay that $4,000. And this is what the President Irfan Ali administration is about. Promise make and promise they deliver. Now, as you know, that now the Demar Harbor Bridge is free. Now that toll is only $200. How does that affect the people from the west side? Easy. Bus fares will become cheaper because they can divide it 200 by the how much ever persons that they carry in the bus, and that will be a cheaper fare, right? The people from Region 3, they no longer have to stop, pay toll. Traffic will become easier. And thirdly, and the most important, is that the new Demar Bridge is almost completed. So the flow of traffic will be much easier with no toll. That's one. Two, every 10 years of your life, because of the new bridge, it's a studied factor that my co-host and I had calculated, that you are now saving 1 year of your life every 10 years by waiting in traffic on that bridge. As you can see, that the infrastructure in Guyana is completely, the landscape is completely changing. Recently, I flew to Brazil because I have a house here and, I want to keep my citizenship up. So I flew to Brazil and I was looking at the roads in Boa Vista, and I'm looking at the roads in Guyana. And our roads are 100% better. Our landscape is rapidly changing. So, not to say anything bad about Boa Vista, but they have one or two major hospitals here in Boa Vista. Yesterday, a new hospital was opened in Bath, right? So the government has promised us 7 hospitals, which they've almost delivered, right? And now it comes back to the point: promise made, promise delivered. You want a party going up to September 1st to vote for? That's the people you vote for. That's a party you vote for. The party you vote for is the party that delivers, not tells you something, and then at the end they do differently. Through the APNU AFC days, they could have given you these things for free. The bridges for free, the tolls for free, the infrastructure, some of the infrastructure development, but they never did. They just promised it in their manifesto. Now, coming on, let's talk about this manifesto topic, right? This manifesto topic is controversial because, as you know, Team Mohammed copied and plagiarized the manifesto of the PPPC, word for word, right? Now there's another party, who I shall not name, came and also said that the Win Party or Team Mohammed copied their manifesto as well. Some of the stuff from their manifesto. Now I want to keep this short because I'm here with my family, but elections are only a few days away. 30 days goes by this quickly. So, I wanna keep a podcast and do a podcast every day to remind the Guyanese people that vote for a party that will deliver on their promises. And I just want to say I'm very proud that now we can cross the bridges without paying any tolls. That's a major milestone that has been set and that has been delivered. Well, it's going to be delivered tomorrow. And as Guyanese, you should be proud that it might not be much for the Demerara Harbour Bridge, but for the people in Region 6, it's an extremely proud moment, an extreme moment that you should be thankful for the PPPC government for giving you that opportunity of crossing that bridge for free. Because just not remember, they still have to pay back the investors. They still have to maintain such bridge. They still have to make sure that the bridge is drivable. So not because you're getting it free means that the government doesn't have to spend money. They still have to pay security. They have to pay maintenance staff, so on and so forth. Now, the last topic I want to speak about very quickly is the topic of the Win Party. So I looked at the video this morning, and you'll see the video on the screen shortly. Odessa Primus, another supporter asked Odessa Primus what her economic plans are. And an Indo-Guyanese person asked Odessa Primus, the General Secretary of the Win Party, what her economic plans are. And she basically went on to embarrass the guy. She basically went on to tell the guy, oh, that's why you are at the back of the class. And the whole crowd was cheering. Now, as a party, and if I'm the presidential hopeful for that party, I would stop in and tell Odessa Primus, hey, this guy can be a potential voter. Why are you insulting him? Give him a realistic answer. But the Win Party doesn't, or the Team Mohammed Party doesn't have any answers. They don't have any real advisors. And that is what I want to say to all today. And I want to say, come September 1st, vote the party of your choice. But I can tell you, promise made, promise delivered is only the PPPC. So when you're voting, when you're voting on voting day, on regional and general election, put the X where the PPP box is. Make sure your X doesn't touch the line. Make sure your X is in the box. Make sure your X is not, do not put your X outside the box, because in Guyana, every single vote counts. If your X is not exactly inside that box without touching the line, then your vote does not count. I want to say this to you. Don't look at the big crowds and the big tsunami of people that you're seeing and think, September 1st is going to come around and I'm going to say, you know what, nah, I'm tired, I'm not going to vote today. No, you have to make sure that you come out and vote. Bring your friend, bring your family, bring your auntie, bring your cousin, bring everybody who is eligible and registered to vote. I want to say this to you. I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.
Question to you. What is your plan for the economy?
What is my plan for the economy?
Yeah.
What do you want?
You guys want to face the election.
Right, but this is not a question and answer segment. But I want you to stand up here so I'm going to explain to you. No, listen to me. You ask me a question, let me answer you. You don't let it happen to you tonight. Our plan for the economy, you ask me a question, hold on.
Yeah.
Our plan for this economy has several different segments. As it relates, shut your mouth and listen, man. That's why you left behind the class. You don't know what you left behind the class. Let me tell you something. As it relates to the hinterland, I am not embarrassing you, you're embarrassing yourself. You should have stand up.
I just asked you the plan for your economy. Embarrassing me in front of me is not good.
I am saying to
I
you,
just asked
that in every single part of this
That's what
country,
you guys think
starting
you're
with
gonna
the
get votes when
hinterland
people
region,
think partially.
we are going to be investing in farming so that people in those regions are able to farm